battle CSS battle number 4, which is display, which has this 8 problems. So let's start from here. The way we let's have a body tag first. We give pg color to be equal to this color. So we got the body. So let's also open style in here. Let's have body margin 0, display flex, justify content center, align items center. Then let's give a p tag. Let's have a p tag, and for p tag, just for our reference, height, let it be 100 pixels, width be 100 pixels. Yeah. Inside p tag, what we'll be doing is we'll use 4 spans, or probably use 4 spans or 2 spans and align it. Yeah, we can use 4 spans inside that. Span ID A, span ID B. And basically span is nesting, so you need to close span tags. Okay, so we can give span tags position absolute. P tag also we need to give, we can leave it as it is, position absolute. So for IDA, we'll have height 30 pixels, width 100 pixels, background this. We need to have border radius, have 10 pixels, 0, 0. So we are giving it a border on the left, and we can give a before content something. We can have height 100 pixels, width 30 pixel, position absolute, background to be again the same thing. But here we have border radius. Border radius would be uh, 10 pixels on top left, right. 0, you need to have 5 pixels here, and 0. That's okay. And then we can give for ID B. Let's copy everything. But for B, uh, we can have comma ID B. But for B, we'll have background to be different. Background to be this color, and border radius same. Uh, or we can have 0 pixels, 10 pixels here, and we can say bottom 0. Oh, but it's not taking, it should be relative position, relative. Okay, increase the height by 130 pixels. No, not with height. What's the problem in here? Why is my number pad not working? Oh, 130 pixels. Oh, 130 pixels, then the height of that should be different. So what will be the height of this element? Think would be 80. So 80. That is right. Okay. So for A before, we can also have B before. And for B before, bottom 0, you have first of all you have right 0, bottom 0. This should do it. And the border radius. Border radius is 5 pixels. 0 and 10 pixels and a background color. Change in the background color. The width in between these two elements looks much higher. So what if I reduce the width to be 80? Yes, now we need to transform this. So let's transform rotate to 45 degree minus 45 degree. I think this is the solution without any mismatch. So let's take the green color out, and this should be a perfect match. Let's submit and see. Yep, it is perfect a match. So my friend asked, what if we are coding this in normal HTML? How will you display this same thing? So what I would do is like it's the same thing, no difference. Index.html. Okay, in index.html. So see, it is visible in here. So basically it's the same thing. So you just copy whatever stuff was there in your HTML and it should display properly. If you see the HTML, it is properly inserted. Body tag, you have p tag inside. So what it has done here is this has completed the entire HTML. So all you can do is like select all and you can paste it here. So this is the completely valid HTML, which should give you the same result. So one thing that is missing is the body color. So you have background, 222. Save that. This is the same output that we get. No matter what is the screen size, it will always stay in the center. So that's the advantage of using the display type flex and the align item center. Everything else is of the same size or same dimensions as we gave in our CSS in this thing. Okay, so this is what my friend had a doubt, like how do we display this in using normal HTML and CSS? Nothing, just copy the code and just paste it inside the body of your HTML and it should be working. Let's format the document. So you'll have nothing in the head, the body. You're putting the styles in here. You can also take out the styles if you want. Take the style out of the body and put it in the head. It should work. It actually makes no difference. Basically, it that's it. That's how you put your CSS battle codes into review in your normal HTML. Okay, so let's jump to our next problem, which is this cloud. I think we can do this using just one div tag, and we'll call it a cloud. Uh, so let's do that. Let's style the body as usual. Background, the first thing we will do here. Uh, let's have display flex. You have justify content center, align items center. So in the meanwhile, let me also keep checking if anybody has posted any comment. Okay, no problem. So this, and let's have one div tag with ID to be cloud. Let's style this cloud. You have position absolute, height 75 pixel, width 75 pixels, uh, border radius 50%, background just 75 is too small for the circles. 100 sounds right. 100 by 100. Yeah, it is perfect. So let's so whatever it is gonna do, you will have to transform this. Transform, translate x to be minus 50 pixels. Looking for the start of this circle, and the circle is right. Okay, and the y would be 50 pixels. No, that's too low. I want it to align with this, so 20 pixels, 15 pixels. Perfectly aligned. Then we'll have a box shadow. So I think the box shadow, we need the box shadow to align there. So basically first let's start by 20 pixel and moving it on top by 20 pixel, minus 20 pixel. Let's do that. 30, 50, 100. It should line up with this, right? So it should be 90, 80, 5, 82, 80 pixel I think is exact lineup. Yeah, 80 pixel. And next thing we wanted to line up on top properly. So this should be like minus 25, 7, 30 pixels. Yeah, proper. We can give it a background color. We can have the same background color to this also. And now we need a line that extends up to here. So we can do that using cloud before. Content to be something so that we can give before class. Height 50 pixels, width 50, width 200. Next thing we need is transform, translate. In X we need to push exactly half of 50 pixels. And Y we need to push. The height seems perfect, and the Y we need to push it down. Proper. All we have to do is just change this color, and should be a perfect match. Yep, that's exact. Now let's go to the next problem, which is a boxception. In this we can start with the small yellow, and then we can give this as a border background stuff. But yeah, let's do that. So whatever is the height and width of this box, let's say box, change the background of the body to this color. Box, we don't need a box shadow right now. We don't need border radius. We have to find out the height and the width of the first box. So let's say 50 pixels by 50 pixels is looking right. I don't need the box shadow. We don't. We need the translate. So since it is 50 by 50, so 25 x can be minus 75 pixel. No, x should be minus 50 pixel. Oh, minus 25 pixel. Yes, and y should be 75 pixel. Yeah, it's in the right spot, and the color needs to change. But for now, let's have the same color. Or for reference, and we can give box shadow. We don't need any other things in this, so we can use box shadow. Box shadow with reference to this, the center, we need to shift the center to here, so it is minus 25 by minus 25. So you need to increase this to 50. So you have minus 50 pixel. Oh, minus 25 pixel with related to this, and y minus 25 pixel 0, and we want the height of the box to be like 100 pixel. Yes, that's huge. The shadow to be 50 pixel. No, 25 pixel. Yes, that's right. So for this we'll have a proper color, the color that we need to give it. And now we have another box shadow that is like from this center we need to shift it to here. So this is 25 and this is another 25, so 750 pixels. So you have x to be minus 25 pixel, y to be minus 50 pixel, 0, you need another 25 pixel on top. Nah. 50 pixel by minus 100, and this needs to be 75. Yeah. Oh, the center will shift from here to here. And this color would be simple, and we have solved this problem. Instead of the green, we need to change it to this. So this is an exact match. It is perfect. Change to SWITCH switch. Green. Let's say switch. Height to be 100. 150 by 100. Border radius 50 pixels. Sounds exactly right, but before that, let's change the background. So background has changed. So that's our switch. And let's transform this. X, you have minus 50 pixel. No, you need 75 pixel. Yeah, and Y we need to shift up, comma 20 pixel, minus 25 pixels. This is, which seems a little weird. Oh, that's 70 pixels. Okay, change this. Color, we can give a background, and then we can have a box shadow which is on the other side. We need to X can be 140 pixel. Y, I think it is like 50 pixel. 0. Let's see if this is exact. Yes, correct, and we need to change the color. So this is the switch, and the button on the switch will be using after class switch after content to be something at height 100, width 100, position absolute, background that, uh, border radius 50%, translate, transform in y-axis alone 25 pixels, 20 pixel, minus absolute. Okay, or you can have bottom 0. Yeah. Okay, then we have the box shadow for the other side. Box shadow, you have again 140 pixels, 0 on Y, and you need to change the color. Oh yeah, this solves the switch problem. Let's submit and see. Perfect, 100% match. So we have next blossoms. So let's have P with IDA and P with ID B. The reason I'm doing a separate ID is because in this you have the bottom and means this and this border turn, and in the other one we have this and this border turn, and we can rotate one of them. So let's style again. Let's start with the body, display flex, justify content, center, align, items center. I make this mistake today a lot. Background, we can give it a proper background that is supposed to be given. And for P, we can have height. I want to give this height. I'm not sure what the height of that is. Let's give 50 with 60. Background. Oh, width is too huge. Width is too huge. So width must be width 30, 40. I guess, but we'll only know when we transform it to the right place, right? Appears to be 40 position. That's two pieces together. That's why it was looking wide. So I think it is 80, 50. Okay, let's transform and see. Minus 25 pixels. 50 pixels on the X. Right, on the Y axis it will be uh, minus 50 pixels. Oh no, no. 60 pixels. Yeah, this width is height is smaller, so let's increase the height to 60. Perfect placement, perfect placement. For ID type B, we want to rotate, so transform rotate 45 degree, 180 degree. So rotate 180 degree and translate. Perfect. Can have P before con content to be blank, so that we can give height. We know the width to be 60. uh, Height, I think 150 pixel would be right. Position absolute, but what are we giving? Background. So we are making the bigger leaf over here. Width was 80 and height is about 100. I think 100 is right, but let's translate it. Only on the y-axis 20 minus 120. Perfect, right? So now we have the border radius to be given. So for we type B, we have border would be 50 pixels, border radius. This is for two things. When you have B and you have B's before. And for both of this, you have border to be this, and for and A before. This would be 0, 50 pixels. I guess this is the solution. Let's submit and see. That's amazing. So we have completed our Blossom, which is also 100% match. Next thing is Smiley. This thing reminds me of let the body be as it is. Let's delete all this and let's delete the p tag and let's give a proper body color. Let's have div and p tag inside it. We no need div also, we can give just the p tag, and for p you have background again to be of the same color, and you have height, -70 pixel. It's pushing down, so -70 -50. Margin top alone, if you see, -70, 65, 60. Yes, we need to translate this. Translate y, that is transform. Translate y. -70 pixels, 75, 80, 90. Oh wow. Still needs to go down. No, the smile seems to be smaller. It should be wider. It is not right. It's not right. Let's say height of the div to be 60 pixel now, and okay. Oh, for hidden height 60. Position absolute. So for p tag you have the background height. Let's do this 120, 120, and p after we'll have it 80, 80, and p after we'll have background to be the dark color, and height 120, width 120, uh, content to be something, position absolute. Div by div is not proper. One 120 by 120. Okay. We need to swap the colors. Yeah. Margin 20. Perfect. That's right. So now let's have three of these. And translate. So let's first rotate 180-degree. Uh, Translate Y 70 pixels minus 70 pixels minus 75 pixels 80 pixels. 80 is perfectly right. So now we have style transform translate on 120 pixel we need only 100 pixel, 100 pixel, and Y we can have 80 pixel. It should translate. Why is it not doing that? Second div style. Trans from now form. Yeah. Yep. So a small spelling mistake. This is the right solution. It's 100% match. Yeah, coming up with lockup. Lockup is quite simple. Let's remove the other two divs. Let's have one div. Let's remove the style on top. We don't need transform translates. We don't need another div on it. So for this div element, we need a height to be 200 pixels, width to be 200 pixels. Position absolute. You can have background dark color, light color for the body background. Have border radius. You can have 50%. Basically, it's a circle. We can give a p tag, and for the p tag, we can have width to be 60 pixels, height to be 60 pixels, background green so that we can work. Position absolute. Position absolute doesn't help. So 80 pixel is right. So for div also we need to give, let's center, let's make this as a flex item. Yeah, here we can have box shadow 00020 pixel, not 20, this looks like 30 pixel wide. Yes, 30 pixel wide and this color. Hi. Yeah. So now we need two box that cuts, that can be done using P after. P before and P after, being two boxes with height equal to the circle's height 80, width 80, transforms. Let's have a background image, and we need to give content to be empty, so it is displayed. Have height with 80. We need color, let's say background red, just for us to figure out. Perfect. Rotate 180 degree, translate 40 pixels, 40 pixels. Yes, so we need to change the color. We can give it linear gradient, linear gradient to top left, red 70%. Red is like R, comma, transparent 30%. Yes, now if we change this color, instead of red, if we give, yes, this is the solution for it. Correct. And the last problem we have is cups and balls. We can have one element P. Okay, we'll have three of style as usual. We have P, P before and P after. We'll have position to be absolute. So, body background. Perfect. We don't want any alignment. We can have margin 0. We can also give background to the same element. No need to have a body tag. We don't need to center. So basically let me show you like background to be red, so you'll understand. Height of this each element looks like 50 pixel, width 50, border radius 50%. Height 50, width 50. It is right, I guess. Right. P before, border radius 0, 50%. P after, we'll have border radius. Yes, so basically what we have done to understand it, let's give background green. So we are removing this. Let's have, so we have three shapes. One is the circle, one is an upper U, and one is a bottom U. So let's box shadow it. 0 0 0 0 0. Give it this color. It's a circle. Not 0. Let's have it like 70 pixels by 70 pixels. Not shifting everything, we need only the P, not P before. So let's come here, P. Yeah, so 70 pixels, and this is like 90 pixels. Perfect. So we'll be putting all the circles first. Add another 7140 pixels. I 140 pixels. Okay, that sounds higher in the X. Now 180. It's too low. 170, 160, 140 by 160 is right, and the color for this will also be the same. We have another 2, which will be like 70, 160. we need to add 170 to it, so 210 pixel by 90 pixel, 160 pixel, and the last one would be 280 pixel by 90 pixel. 4 spots, and for these two we have this color. So shape 1 is done, and now we have to do with shape 2. Shape 2 quite tricky. This would be like 70 pixel, but this will be, shape 2 doesn't have up, so this would be like 140 pixels by 90. uh, that won't be 140 by 60, that'll be 140 by 210. 210 by 90 pixels. Yeah, there are only two of this type, no two, only two of this type, and the color of one of them would be this height, and two box shadows of the other type. 70, 160, and 280, 160. True. And here we solve our last cups and balls. So this is our final solution. If you see, we have got 100% match with using very less elements, but we are using the before and after elements and box shadow. So we have completed all of this. So in the next video we will be seeing about battle number 5. We have completed battle number 4, and we have done our previous 3 battles in our previous videos. You can check them out in our playlist. In battle 5 we have 2 problems which we'll be solving in our next video. So hope you guys have enjoyed this particular battle, and let's keep learning, and see you again soon. Don't forget to share this to your friends, hit that like button and subscribe, and let's go.